To begin making a Heroes of Might and Magic 3 custom campaign, the first thing to do is go into the Heroes 3 campaign editor and click on New Campaign. You have two options, Armageddon's Blade or Shadow of Death. And then you choose a campaign. Obviously, the number of slots you'll have for scenarios in this custom campaign is going to be determined by the map that you choose when you go to this campaign selection map under the New Campaign menu. You can choose any of the selectable territories in the campaign map by clicking on them, and when you double click on them, you'll be able to import a map. You can also import maps by clicking on Scenario Properties, and it will bring up the same menu for whichever territory you have selected. You can also view your options for the current territory by going into the menu and choosing Scenario Properties. So, in order to import, you select from that menu to import. If you make changes after you've imported the map, click on Refresh, come into the menu, and choose that scenario map again in order to update the campaign with the changes you made to the scenario. So in this box, you fill in the text that's going to describe the scenario at the scenario selection screen in the campaign menu in the game. And that, in combination with the description in the campaign properties, is going to tell the story of the campaign that you're making. This is the story of our campaign. Alright. Also in the campaign properties menu, you can choose which theme music that you want to play when you are in the campaign screen. Not a huge deal, but if you want to get really detailed with it, you can always do that. Here I have a campaign that I already laid out. So one thing that we can see here if we open up one of these campaigns is Prerequisites. This is the nuts and bolts of the campaign. You're going to choose one of the other maps as a prerequisite. And then, under crossover options, you can choose to make heroes retain experience, primary skills, secondary skills, spells, artifacts, what have you. If you want heroes to cross over, this is an important step because you choose hero crossover options and then you have to make sure that you choose the previous scenario that you want to allow the player in game to import heroes from. So some things that are important in the map editor itself. If we go to map specifications, you're going to want to put in a map name for sure. And lay in your description. Select the difficulty, these sorts of things. You'll want to make sure that you have the player, whether that's red, blue, tan, or whichever one, that you want the player to play as, selected as human only. If you don't want the player to be able to choose one of these other ones, which you probably won't, make sure that human is not checked. If you want the player to be able to carry over a lot of heroes, it may be important to make sure that Generate Hero at Main Town is unchecked, as this can cause problems if they have a lot of heroes. However, another important thing to do, if you want to carry over heroes, is to choose Placeholder Heroes and place them on your map. Whether or not you've set in the campaign editor to carry over heroes, a player can only carry over as many heroes as you have hero placeholders. Once you make 8 hero placeholders, the Generate Hero at Main Town option will automatically be grayed out, and you won't have to worry about the possibility of having a generated level 1 hero anymore. Another important menu if you really want to get creative with your custom campaign is the Special Victory Condition menu. So you can choose a lot of different things, and you'll see in the sample campaign that I made up that I did use some different victory conditions. You can find a few Heroes 3 custom campaigns on the Celestial Heavens website. I'll put a copy of the link in the description, but you can see they have a few custom campaigns that you can choose from, and of course you can make your own. So as you can see, this is my custom campaign that I made, and I will be including a link with all of these custom maps and the custom campaign in a zipped file. I chose this one because this has the maximum number of territories. So the maximum number of scenarios that you can put in it, that I found. Unfortunately,
I don't know of any way to actually draw one of these maps. Can't find any actual files that contain these, and I don't see anything on the internet about drawing these, so I think that you only can use the standard ones that came with the game.
And that is pretty much it for how to make a custom campaign in Heroes 3, so thanks for watching.